Hello and happy Wednesday. I'm starting to lose track of what day it is. It's like, wait, is it really Wednesday? But I am going to be planning my menu and showing you how I do it. So if this is your first time watching the weekly live meal planning, I like to break my meal planning down into three different steps. So step one is to actually plan the meal. And then step two is to actually write out the grocery list. And then step three, I actually go grocery shopping. So I do those on 3 different days. Wednesday, I meal plan. Thursday, I write the list. And then Friday, I actually go shopping. Because let's face it, meal planning it's a lot. It can be overwhelming. So if you try to do it all in one day, then that's when you kind of get too overwhelmed. And then by the end of it, you're like, I'm done. So I like to break it down, plan on one day, write the grocery list the next day, and then actually go grocery shopping on Friday. And then usually some meal prep is involved on Sundays if I'm going to meal prep. So let's go ahead. Oh, and I wanted to show you one of the things that I did. So I was debating whether or not I should just kind of go through, and I don't know if you've seen the Eat What You've Got challenge on my website, but I thought that we had started to get like a fair amount of things kind of building up in the freezer and in the pantry. But I went and I did an inventory, and it's not as much as I thought that we had. There were some things in there that I found that was like, oh wait, I don't think I just had. I don't think I put this ham away just a couple of days ago. I think that's from actually last year. So they say typically in the freezer things last for about 3 months or so. So I mean it's not an indefinite thing where you can just keep things in the freezer forever. Because over time, I mean, they still may be okay to eat, but they'll lose their texture and flavor and things like that. So I like to try to go through. So it's a good idea about every quarter to go through and do a little inventory. And what I like to do is I print out, I don't know if you can see, this is the Portion Fix grocery list. And so it has everything broken down into like your green container, purple container, red, yellow, blue, etc. So what I just did is I just went and wrote down, I didn't write down everything. You could do a complete inventory. I just kind of did a high level inventory of what we have on hand, and I'm going to kind of use that this week to build my menu. But I do like to kind of break it down because if you're trying to kind of piece together things, you can look and say, oh, we've got eggs for red, and if you're looking for like, oh, I need a yellow, what can I use? I say, oh, I got some tomatoes, so I can use those. So the way I'm going to do my meal planning is going to be a little different today. Like I said, sometimes it's pretty cut and dry. I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I use my cards and things like that. But today I'm gonna kind of mix it up using some of what I've already got on hand, and then we'll probably end up on Pinterest at some point because I don't think the cards are going to give me everything I need so that I can use what I have on hand. But and what I'm going to do instead of I usually use my color-coded template from Portion Fix, but I'm just going to use the regular menu today, and then I'll probably go through, because we're still pretty much following Portion Fix, I'll probably go through and do that offline so you don't have to see me try to sit through and do all that. But I'll plan the menu regular, and then I'll go in and I'll enter the containers. So whenever the menu gets posted on Friday, you'll be able to have the containers as well. I hope, we'll see. Okay, so meal planning, you can have systems in place, but sometimes you just gotta kind of go off and do something different. So let me share my screen with you. So I popped open last week's menu so that I could open up the menu template. So first thing I like to do when I pop open my new menu, and like I said, this is just the basic regular, if you're not into portion control containers or anything like that, you can just print out the basic menu. This is the same menu I've been using for like 17 years. Not a joke. Sorry. So I've been hanging a meal plan up on my refrigerator for as long as I've been married, for sure, I know. So this is the same old one. I like to put in the dates first and any events. Right now, events don't really apply, but we've got some holidays coming up. So even though you may not be leaving your house, you still want to put down Cinco de Mayo and Mother's Day. Okay, let's see. Oh, but that won't make it on this week's menu. Okay, so my weeks usually start on Sunday for my menu. So Sunday is the 3rd, so I'm just going to go ahead and write in those dates. And so this is when you would put in if you had a soccer practice or a soccer game or anything special. So on the 5th, we know it's Cinco de Mayo, and my husband has requested some chicken enchiladas that we had a couple weeks ago, so I'll be sure to put that on for Tuesday for Cinco de Mayo. And I'm also I'm in a bunco group, and it's not really, we don't really play bunco really anymore, but I'm hosting this month for May, and so I was going to do a Cinco de Mayo theme, and hopefully I scheduled it out for a little bit later in the month, so hopefully we can all get together. But I want to test out some different margaritas, so I'll be sure to do that on the 5th as well. So the 6th, so it's important to make sure that you put in any events and dates like that so that you know, okay, if you're not going to be home, if you're going to be at soccer practice, you can't cook. You can't cook a big meal that needs to be in the oven because you won't be home. That'll be a crock pot night. But right now we don't have to worry about that. All right, 8th, and then 9th. Okay. So let's see. My Shakeology shipment. I ran out of Shakeology. I gave some away, and now I'm like, oh no, we're out of Shakeology. So I made a couple of smoothies to make up for it, but I should have my Shakeology, I think, by tomorrow. So that will be good. So we're going to stick with that for breakfast. And I did the shredded coconut this week, so I was trying something different and using the orange container. But I felt like the shredded coconut just ended up on the side of my on the side of my glass. I don't feel like much ended up in my body, but maybe. So I'm gonna leave it with the peanut butter because I like that, and we'll find another place for the orange. I did add some hemp seeds one day, and it kind of has the same texture, but I feel like it made it in there a little bit better. So that's a good way to use your orange. Oops, don't copy that. Sorry, I'm just fixing it so it has the peanut butter, because I do like the peanut butter with my morning shake. So, okay. I did make the Fixate carrot cake baked oatmeal muffins, and they were really, really good. And I was surprised because it has icing and it's made with sour cream. I was like, that sounds funky, but it was actually really good. So that was a good snack. But we're going to switch it up. So I really like having a ham, and I've got some mushrooms to use. So let's do ham and mushroom omelet. That is not how you spell omelet. Omelet with toast. So that will be my morning snack. And so you see with breakfast, I've chosen pretty much the same breakfast every day. I have my Shakeology every day. You can move it around however you want. And then for what I'd like to call second breakfast, my morning snack, I'll choose 2 for the week and then just kind of move those around. So if I'm going to do that on, you know what, I'm going to move that to Tuesday because I want to do something with potatoes. So I'm just going to alternate that. So we'll do that on Monday and Wednesday and Friday. Okay, so I have some sweet potatoes. So consulting my my little chart here. So I have my inventory, some sweet potatoes. So there's like a really good sweet potato hash, and it involves the mushrooms too. Okay, sweet potato. We'll make this a spinach, ham, and mushroom omelet. So I don't have to use so many. I don't have to use as many mushrooms. I can stretch that out. Paste. I plan on making a tutorial at some point on how to make an omelet, because I actually learned how to make an omelet on Oprah. Okay, so what is that called? Is it a sweet potato scramble? I'll look up for the words, and then we'll do eggs, because I do have eggs on my list. Okay, so then we will alternate that. So that'll be Sunday and Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday. Okay, and then I don't have to have nut butter. Okay, and then Sunday usually kind of ends up being a leftover sandwich day. All right, so let's see. My afternoon snacks have usually been a blue. See, once you do portion fix long enough, you kind of already know in your head. Like I knew this is going to be a red, yellow, green. That's a red, yellow, green. This is going to be a blue, purple, green, a green, blue, purple. So let's see. I still have not made the salad. Every day I want to make it, and I'm going to share the recipe with you, and I haven't made it, and I don't know why. But eventually I will. I promise. Okay, so let's just take that off, and because I'm going to make it this week. So let's go to the cards. See, I've got carrots and hummus, peppers and hummus. Let's do, so I did the jicama tacos. They have them at HEB where it's like a jicama tortilla with like shredded cucumber and shredded carrots, and then they roll it up and I dip it in guac, and that's good. But I like these little mini peppers. I'm actually growing some in my garden. They're not ready, so I still have to buy some, but I'll do peppers and guac, and maybe I'll even make my own guac for Cinco de Mayo. Wouldn't that be special? Okay, so if I make that, perfect. Total Cinco de Mayo day. Okay. And paste. Oh, but I don't have a purple. Oh, I don't like to eat it with mango. I don't know why I feel like that goes together, but it does, and it's delicious. Okay. Copy. And paste. I put it on the wrong day. And Thursday. And Saturday. Okay, so now I've got 2 of my snacks done for the week, and then dinner. So we were supposed to have hamburgers a week ago, but instead we ended up eating out. So I froze the hamburger meat, and then we will have them this week. Let's see, we'll have a hamburger with a side salad. That will be good. Which means I will move that over for lunch. So I always have whatever I have for dinner, I have for lunch leftovers the next day. And it's mostly been working out while everyone's been home. We've had enough leftovers, or my son will make a sandwich or something like that. Okay, so I've already got my second snack, my second breakfast done. So now I need another blue and green. The caprese salad is good. Maybe I'll do that. Where are the purples? Okay. Or I could do, let's see, so many choices. Okay. Ooh, I did see a lot of watermelon. Do you feel like watermelon's back? Watermelon might be good. Okay. All right, let's see. Do I want the caprese salad or the spinach watermelon salad with cashews? Let's go with this. This is yummy. Okay. So, and if you're wondering where I'm pulling these from, so these are my little color combo meal plan cards. You can find them on my website at what'sworkinghere.com. They're on the sidebar. You can purchase them, but basically it just has the different color combinations at the top, and then a meal idea, and then on the back it tells you the ingredients you need so that you can make that meal. And then most of the recipes, like this doesn't really need a recipe, but actually it is on the website as well under the snacks, the recipe for this. And then I also have a Pinterest board that has all the recipes that I use in my menu so that you can go and find the recipes easily. All right, so we're gonna change it up just a little bit. The spinach, watermelon salad, with blueberries and feta with blueberries, feta, and walnuts. It's delicious. That makes me excited. Okay, you should be excited about your foods. Okay, so I'll leave that out so I can make the grocery list. All right, so now that will be afternoon snack too, so that'll go on Monday and Wednesday. Oh, I don't have the walk. And Friday. Okay, so then I need a Monday. Okay, so I already know on Tuesday, my husband requested, they are the Fix8 chicken enchiladas. And last time I made them with some peppers and sauteed peppers and onions, and that was good. Peppers and onions. All right, and that will become Wednesday's lunch. Right. Okay, but back to Monday because we haven't done that yet. Okay, so what was the other thing? Okay, so I did the hamburgers and the enchiladas. Let's see. Eggs. I have a random thing. I have a random shrimp ring. I guess we just need to break that out and eat it at some point. Looking at what else I have. Oh, I did have some spaghetti and some tomato and basil sauce. And I feel like things are now okay to where the aisle looked okay last time. People aren't hoarding pasta or pasta sauce, so maybe it's time that we can actually eat that. Okay, so let's do, and I think my son said last time, can we please have meatballs? So I will make those. For some reason, I do not like the frozen meatballs, so we'll do spaghetti with meatballs, and then we'll have that for lunch. The herb crusted salmon was really good. Just had that. Okay, and then we've already got the Fix8 chicken enchiladas. All right, and then so from my freezer I have. I didn't even write down that I have turkey breast in my freezer because we were gonna have to look for that, but I guess we won't use it. Because I have this turkey and cranberry risotto that's in the freezer, so we will use that as a meal because that is really good. Because that's probably what I would end up making with the turkey breast if I didn't make something with it. So, turkey. And then I put this at the end of the week because it's in the freezer, so it's not fresh. So, the hamburgers too, but my husband's going to cook the hamburgers and it's easier to get him to cook on the weekend. So we'll do the hamburgers on Sunday. The spaghetti with meatballs, the meat will be fresh, so I want to use that earlier. And then the chicken enchiladas, that meat will be fresh, and so I want to use that earlier. But so the whole point is I put the turkey and cranberry risotto towards the end because you want to use up your fresh meat first. So sometimes I've done a quick little live about this too. When I get home from the grocery store, I'll look at all my meat or my vegetables and say, okay, what do I need to use first? And then I can move the menu around so that I can use the fresh items first. And then I'm going to make a note to myself that tells me this is already made, it's in the freezer. So that I know on Tuesday or Monday to not set it out, but put it in the refrigerator to start to thaw. All right. And then we have leftovers on Thursday, and we can have a sandwich on Friday, and then we go out. And yep, we are still eating out. We are still ordering to go from our restaurants. I think here in Texas, restaurants are supposed to be opening on Friday, so I don't know how that will go. I don't know what the wait times will be like because it's only supposed to be at 25% capacity. I don't know if we'll venture out yet because I know that the restaurants will probably be the cleanest places ever with all the precautions that they'll be taking. But if not, we'll probably still order to go. And then same thing on Saturday. We eat out. Okay, so that was it. That wasn't as hard. I thought it was going to be completely random and crazy, but that wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. So that's good. So I was able to use the suggestions from my husband and then use what we have in the freezer and start to use up some of that food. But if you have any questions about meal planning or need help with your meal planning, like I mentioned, this is pretty much already done in containers. So if you do portion fix containers, I will have that for you, that template up there as well, so you can see what containers go with each meal. But if you have any questions, let me know, and I am always happy to help you with your meal plan.